I've written down a lot of questions to simplify manifestation and to answer as many questions as I can about manifestation. So pick up a piece of paper and be ready to take notes. Grab a cup of coffee, a cup of tea, and just sit down and take notes, okay? So I want to begin by answering the question of what is manifestation? I like to simplify manifestation by calling it the art of changing your circumstances using your thoughts, feelings, and emotions. That's literally all you have to know about manifestation and the description of manifestation. So when somebody says, I manifested X thing, that's the meaning that should come up in your head. It's not magic, it's not spiritual, it's not demonic. That's what manifestation is. Now, the second thing I have written down is, how does manifestation work? Is it about me bending the energies around me to my will? That's not what manifestation is, and manifestation is not as complicating as you may think. Manifestation works based on beliefs. What you believe in and what your subconscious mind accepts becomes your reality. So what you must know is you manifest everything, whether you like it or not. You manifest the bad things and you manifest the good things. Now you may say, how can I manifest what I want? So now I understand that it's about beliefs. How can I manifest a certain thing? It's all about making sure you have a thought. So a thought attached to a goal that you want to achieve. And then you supercharge that thought with a feeling / an emotion. So then the mind, the subconscious mind, will accept that belief as truth. And as you go through life, you will start to see that belief being reflected in the outer world. Now, another question that I have written down is, how do I know if I'm manifesting something and not just daydreaming or escaping reality? Let me tell you something. When it comes to manifesting, the best way I like to do it is through creative visualization. And the way it works is by making sure you get a scene, like a clear scene of the thing that you're trying to manifest, and you envision it. Not just daydream it, because daydream it is about you just seeing pictures being flashed by. It's blank. It doesn't have spirit. It doesn't have life. It doesn't have emotions to it. You're not really involved. When it comes to visualization, you are immersing yourself within those scenes. But daydreaming is the complete opposite. When you daydream, you live a lie. You don't really program your mind to believe anything. You're just trying to escape reality. But when you're creatively visualizing stuff by including all your senses, so smelling, feeling, hearing, touching, eating, whatever it is that you can sense within that scene, is not daydreaming and is not you escaping reality. You are creatively and consciously creating a new reality. So when you see yourself daydreaming, know that you're escaping reality. But when you consciously visualize something, then no, you're not escaping reality, but you're programming your reality. Now, another question that I have written down is, do I need 100% belief, or can I just manifest while I still have some doubts? Know this, as you go through your manifestation journey, doubts will come up and there's no way to escape it. What's important is to not give it your attention. So let's say if you're trying to manifest success in a certain business, and then a thought comes up, is it really that possible? Like, is it really gonna work out? Know that the moment that thought comes up, just understand that the old identity of you that you're trying to get rid of will do whatever it takes to make sure you bring it back to life. So the way you overcome that doubt is by telling yourself, I am an observer and not a reactor. This doubt that comes up is not a part of me. It's a part of my old self, which I no longer identify with. And as you become more of an observer instead of a reactor or an identifier, you will start to see these doubts not really become a part of you. You will tell yourself, I see that doubt, but it's not who I am. Because remember, you get to choose who you are and who you are not. So when you give attention to doubt and you begin to overthink doubt and you begin to immerse yourself in that doubt and give it feelings and emotions, it becomes truth. But the moment you see it as something that's not a part of you, it has no power over you. So is doubt normal? 100%. What's not normal is identifying with it. Now, another thing that I have written down is, if manifestation is real, why hasn't it worked out for me yet? The problem with manifestation is that people have made it into a BS practice where all it requires is for a person to get clear on a goal and just start to think positively, and the universe will bring that thing to that person. Now, the problem is there's many aspects to manifestation, but it's simple. It's not complicating. Manifestation works by making sure you get clear on a goal, persisting in acting as if the goal has already been achieved, but also taking action. You can change your identity. You can reprogram your mind. You can embody the state of success, the state of wealth, the state of peace, the state of whatever it is that you're trying to manifest. But if you do not take the last step to taking action and making sure you bring what you want into existence, then manifestation will never work out for you. Sure, yes, you need to do the work on your mind first. But the moment you do the work on your mind, make sure you begin to take action. Because the moment you just tell yourself, I'm a god, and since I'm a god, I'm just gonna manifest what I want effortlessly, nothing is gonna work out for you. You are a human being who has the ability to create his dream or her reality, but you also have to make sure that you begin to take action and create what you want in the physical world. And if you have been taking action but not seeing the results come to life, then the problem is not with the action that you're taking, but more of the mental / mindset problem, and do the inner work more and more and kind of just let go of action for a little bit. Do the inner work, and then when you see yourself ready to finally begin to take action again, take action again. I like to always say that manifestation is 90% inner work and 10% action. Okay, so if you've been taking action but doing less inner work, switch it around. If you've been doing inner work but less action, then switch it around. Make sure that you always balance the two. Another question that I've written down is manifestation about changing my thoughts or changing my entire being? Manifestation isn't just about changing your thoughts, because you can change your thoughts all day long, but if you do not embody, act, walk, listen, speak as if you are that person, then reality will never obey. So do not just change your thoughts. No, make sure that you change your entire being. Be the person that you want to manifest, not just thinking it. Sure, thoughts have a powerful impact, but you cannot just use thoughts alone. Thoughts is just the beginning of manifestation. Then you have to also go through feelings, through observing, through letting go. And I'm going to be answering a lot of questions about that. Just stick with me. But know that manifestation isn't just about changing your thoughts. It's about changing your entire being. Now, I want to go to a different segment, because for this part, I was just talking about the foundations of manifestation. Now I want to go through action versus force. Many people think that although I'm trying to manifest what I want, I feel burnt out. Nothing is working out for me. Like, what's the deal? Like, I take action, but nothing is working out. What can I do to change that? What's the problem behind that? So one question that I have written down for this is, what's the difference between inspired action and forcing things to happen? The moment you see yourself becoming too desperate to try and achieve something, then know for a fact that that thing will never work out. My hair is a mess. What's going on? Then know for a fact that this thing will not come to fruition, because you can be working on a thing all day long, but if it feels forced, unnatural, or just not your thing, then it's best for you to let it go, even if it pays the bills. Actually, no, I take that back. If it pays the bills, do not make it your entire living. Figure something else out to do. Like, if something doesn't make you feel good, then why keep doing it? Do not leave it if it pays the bills, but also don't force yourself to make this entire thing your entire life, because manifestation is about going with the flow and not really forcing things to happen. Like, sure, you can try to work hard all day long, but I promise you, you will not get anywhere. And sure, you may find some success, but eventually that success will lead nowhere, because it's not fulfilling. So inspired action is something that makes you feel good, something that you actually care about, something that you see yourself doing all day long. And forcing action, forcing things to happen, is the kind of action that just proves to the universe that you are not who you want to manifest, that you are taking action from doubt, that you are taking action from fear. And as a result, you will never manifest what you want. Now, another thing that I have written down is, can working hard block manifestation? Like, is working too hard the one thing that could be blocking my manifestation? And the answer to that is yes. If you're working too hard, that it starts to feel like you're desperate for the thing that you're trying to manifest, then you probably just block your manifestations. However, if working too hard from the sense of, I like what I'm doing and I love what I'm doing, so I'm just going to put more hours in, then you're fine. You're doing just fine. But if you're working too hard just to prove something, then you probably will not end up manifesting what you want. And you're just going to put resistance between you and the thing that you're trying to attract in your life. Okay. Now, the next question that I have written down is doing nothing ever the right approach? And the answer to that is no. I hate people in the manifestation world who say you don't have to do anything at all. These people are ruining your life. These people are ruining your manifestation. These people want to make sure that you stay stuck, so then you go pay them $10,000, $6,000 for the manifestation secret. There's no secret to manifestation besides just changing your identity and taking action. That's all you have to do. So yes, you have to take action, and there's no such thing as not taking action at all. Whoever tells you that does not want the best for you, okay? Now, let me move on to the next section, which is about thoughts and emotions, okay? So as of now, we've talked about foundations and taking action. Now let's just get to thoughts and emotions. And the first question I have written down for this is, do negative thoughts ruin manifestations? Now, if you go back to the foundations, I've said that doubt doesn't have an effect on you as long as you do not attach yourself to it. The same thing works with negative thoughts. When a negative thought comes up, the moment you entertain that thought and you become a reactor to it. You embody it. You feel it. You begin to condition the world to give you exactly what you fear most. So in short is, as long as you're not entertaining negative thoughts, it will not have an effect over you. So become an observer. Like I mentioned, learn to become an observer instead of a reactor. Learn to just see your thoughts and not judge them. Learn to just see them as clouds that pass by. They're not who you are. They're not a part of you. They're just there. You don't really entertain it. You don't really think about it that much. It's just, oh, a negative thought comes up. Its main purpose is just to get energy off of me. Me as an observer, I'm gonna tell myself that, no, this is not who I am. And no, I'm not gonna give you my mental energy. So please go away. Now, another question that I have written down is, do I have to control my thoughts all day? And the answer is, you do have to be more aware of how you think every single day, because when you become more aware of how you think, you begin to gain control of how you feel. And the moment you begin to gain control of how you feel, you then gain control of how you act in the world and how you show up in the world. And I talked about the importance of becoming more aware in many of my past videos before. And essentially what it helps you do is really just not become too self-aware that you begin to judge yourself for not being perfect or for doing something wrong, but it helps you really become less of a slave to the conditions of the world and more in control of how you think and how your mind works. Because every single day, I guarantee you, your thoughts are on autopilot. And the issue is, the more you have your mind on autopilot, the more things will keep unfolding on autopilot. So the moment you get control over your mind, you get control of how you feel, how you act, how you perceive the world, how you see the world to perceive you. The moment you get control and become more aware of your mind, you get control over everything else. So every single day for at least 10 minutes, try to sit down, do nothing but observe. Just observe your thoughts, whatever thought that comes up, see it and let it go. Whatever feeling that comes up, feel it and let it go. Feel the chair that you're sitting on, the bed that you're laying on, the surroundings around you, the noises around you. Really just involve all your senses to be aware of who you are and everything that's going on around you and within you. Now, another question that I've written down is, what should I do when I fear or have anxiety around something not working my way? I like to either do a breath work to emotionally discharge that feeling, or to just sit down with it, see it, do not identify myself with it, and let it be. But for you, I would recommend that you begin to do what I like to call an emotional discharge breath work, where essentially you sit down, you close your eyes, you breathe in as if you breathe in white, radiant light, with the purpose being to just cleanse the negative emotions inside of you, and I exhale these negative emotions. If you do that, I promise you, you will walk out of a breathwork meditation feeling absolutely perfect. You will not feel fear or anxiety. However, if the feelings do keep coming back, then become more aware of these thoughts and stop identifying yourself with it. If fear is coming up, not because of something bad that's happening, and it's mainly because of the thoughts that are coming up inside your head, then begin to identify less with these thoughts. Tell yourself, this is not who I am. And I see that feeling. I see that emotion. I am not that feeling. I'm not that emotion. I'm not going to give you attention. Simply go away and do a simple meditation, simple breath work to emotionally discharge that feeling, and off you go. Now, another question that I've written down is feeling frustrated a sign that I'm doing something wrong? And the answer to that is yes. Okay. If you're feeling frustrated because you're taking enough action, but that action is not yielding results, then stop what you're doing. Then begin to really ask yourself, what can I do differently to stop that emotion from coming up? Like, what should I change? And your soul will tell you exactly what you have to do to make a change. So listen to your soul and do what it tells you. If it tells you to start a new business, do it. If it tells you to take a different path in life, then do it. Always listen to your soul, because your soul knows more than your mind does. If it tells you that, listen, I'm being burnt out because you're doing something wrong, listen to it. Do not judge it. Every feeling that your soul tries to unleash in you, know there's a meaning behind it. So do not avoid what your soul is telling you, because if you just keep doing what you're doing and it keeps you frustrated, then you will never get anywhere in life. Another thing that I want to talk about is tools and techniques. Okay, I know manifestation has been quite compromised because of the many techniques that people preach online. And to that, I just want to kind of just break a few myths about techniques and tools, because I think it's one of the many things that people get stuck on. One question that I have is visualization enough on its own? The answer is yes. If visualization is not daydreaming, like you're involving your five senses where you think, feel, act, you really involve yourself in those scenes, then it is enough to change your reality. But if you're somebody who cannot visualize and you're only able to imagine and feel, then that's still good. You can still do a lot of great things. You can still manifest a lot of great things. Another question that I have written down is, do affirmations actually matter? And the answer is yes. What I like to do with my visualizations is really get clear on a scene, visualize that scene, and then in the scene, I begin to speak as if I am that person. Like, I'm extremely happy to be changing people's lives. I'm extremely happy to now get to experience X, Y, and Z. I really involve myself in these scenes and I speak in these scenes. Affirmations on its own, when it's robotic, is bad because it does not help you. But affirmations combined with feelings/emotions will do wonders in your life. And when you combine affirmations with visualization, then trust me, your life will unfold in so many great ways that you do not even understand. Okay? Another question that I have written down is, are techniques required or just tools? Everybody has it different when it comes to manifesting. Like for me, I could use visualization and affirmations. For you could imagine. For the other person, he could do the 369 technique. For the other person, he could do whatever technique he can find online. Techniques are only necessary if your mind is scattered. So if you're somebody who doesn't know where to start with a technique, because it kind of helps you by putting your attention on something specific. Because if you're somebody whose mind is just scattered and all over the place and you don't really have concentration, techniques are very good to start, like scripting or visualizing stuff little by little, because if the mind is scattered, then you cannot really focus the creative energy inside your brain to manifest what you want. So only use a technique if you're not able to control your mind, and if you don't really have full control of your mind, or you don't have the power to visualize anything, like you cannot really visualize anything. So techniques are really helpful for that. Again, not all techniques will work for you. Choose the techniques that make you feel the sensations inside of your body, the sensations of, I am a success, I am wealthy, I am happy, I am manifesting this, I am manifesting that. The techniques that will make you feel accomplished, use them. The techniques that will make you feel devastated and nervous, let them go. Okay? Another question that I have written down is, why do different people manifest in different ways? Because like I mentioned, everybody has it differently. It really just comes down to my beliefs, how much work I do on myself, and how much action I take in the world, and how good the action that I take in the real world feels. So if everything is aligned with my thoughts, feelings, and actions, I will manifest faster. But for you, you could have your thoughts and feelings aligned, but the action is not aligned, and as a result, you don't manifest what you want. Again, it really comes down to just how you think, feel, and act, like I mentioned at the beginning of the conversation. Now, I want to talk about time, delays, and signs, okay? Because some people, they will see delays, they will see signs, and they don't really know where to go from there, or they start to think like maybe delays means that I'm doing something wrong. I want to clear the air with some of that. So one question that I've written down is, why do some people manifest quickly while some take years? Some of us have had a great life growing up. I'm not one of those. You could be one of those people, but some of us had a good life growing up, a good family, upper middle class parents, and so on and so forth. When people grow up in good circumstances, their beliefs are wired for success. But for people who went through struggles in their lives, you have to do a lot of work to get what you want. And this work is mostly mental than physical. And as an example, I'll tell you now, most of the people on social media who have a lot of success and are living great lives, if you take a look at their backstory, they had great lives growing up. Oh, my parents owned a $3 million home and we went on vacations and went to a private school. And then you begin to be like, oh, what the heck? So this person didn't actually like get out of the trenches and make his way to the top. No, that person already had a great life and he was already predetermined to have success. Why? Because his beliefs and his environment supported that. But if you're the other person who had divorced parents like me, complicating parents like me, a very weird life, then you have to do a lot of inner work. And as soon as you do the inner work and you start to really change the conditions of your mind, things will start to go your way. But it's not until you do the inner work that you begin to actually change the conditions of your life. Another question that I have written down is, there's a fly. Another question that I have written down is delay a sign of resistance or preparation? And it actually depends. If the feeling inside of you is a sign of like, oh, I feel quite comfortable because I know something on the other side is going to unleash, like something great is going to happen, then that's just preparation. That's just, God is preparing you to give you what you want. But if the feeling inside of you is just like, oh, I feel very bad about the action that I take, then it's resistance and you need to do something so then you can stop delaying your manifestation from coming into existence. This could be inner work or more physical action. Really ask yourself, what am I doing less of that I now need to put more attention on? And when you figure that out, put in the work, make the change, and you'll start to see things unfold your way. But if the feeling inside of you is more like confidence that I know what I'm doing is going to bring great results, then it's preparation. Another question that I've written down is, should I pay attention to signs or just ignore them? And to that, I would just say, I personally do not like signs because they could be very manipulating. Like some people may look at their clock and be like, oh, it's 444. It's a sign. Or they spoke about something and then they saw it on their TV, for example. That's not a sign. In my eyes, these are not signs. What true signs are the signs that you get in a dream, for example. These are the signs that I like to see. These are the signs that make me feel like, oh, I know I'm making a change in my mind, because if I am seeing it in a dream, then it's most likely imprinted in my mind. So every time I see a dream that's giving me what I want, then I'm like, oh, my mind has accepted that as truth. And as a result, I'm dreaming of it. And especially if in the dream, I feel like I am actually experiencing that thing. So it's not like, oh, this is not real. Because sometimes when you see the thing that you want in your dream, you begin to say to yourself like, oh, this is not real because I do not really actually have that. In my eyes, if you're in a dream where you're experiencing a certain thing that you're trying to manifest and you feel like that this is actually true, like you don't really think, oh, my bank account is actually running low and this is not true, then you must know that your mind actually believes that what you're trying to manifest as if it's real. So do not look for the signs that your clock is this or your astrology sign is experiencing this, or I've spoken about this and it's showing up in a movie or on my TV or in my laptop, or I opened up my chat with a friend and he spoke about a certain thing that I was thinking of. Do not look at these signs. Look at the signs while you're taking action. If you start to see progress, then that's a sign that you will get what you want. If you're doing something and in your mind you're like, if I do this certain thing and I'm going to get a certain outcome out of it, but when you did take that action, it brought you a different outcome, yet it made you feel like it's a step forward to having what you want, then no, that is a sign that you are about to get what you want. Do not look for the stupid signs that people point out on social media like, oh, if you saw this video, this is a sign. Instead, look at the signs that your mind gives you, like dreams and small hints that you're about to get what you want. Now, lastly, I want to talk about specific desires and control, okay? Can you manifest something specific? Absolutely. You can manifest anything that you want. You can be very specific on exactly what you want. The problem is you should let go of control of how you manifest the thing that you're trying to manifest. Because if you do attach yourself to a certain outcome, you assign importance to the thing that you want. And if you assign so much importance to the thing that you want, then you prove to the universe that you are desperate for that thing. And as a result, you never manifest it into existence. So what I like to do actually is give the manifestation to God. I say, God, I trust that you fulfill on this. I expect that you will give me what I want, and I embody it as if it has already been achieved, because like the Bible says, when you ask for something in prayer, believe that you already have received it and it shall be yours. I like to go by that saying. However, I do not worry about how it's going to work out. I just say, God, I ask for this thing and I know it's already mine. I'm going to let you fulfill on the outcome. I'm just going to take action. So surrender the outcome to God and let him bring you what you want. Because when you do that, you will be telling yourself that I understand that there's a big, big power looking over my shoulder, taking care of my manifestation for me. So I do not have to worry about anything. Expect the best from God and God will give you the best. And as long as you're giving God your manifestation and telling him to fulfill on the outcome, you will always manifest not only what you want, but more of what you want. Now, also, I want to talk about something because that just came into mind. Can manifestation become selfish? And to that, I would say you should never make manifestation selfish, okay? If you're trying to manifest a car or a house or success or whatever it is that you're trying to manifest, never make it about you, okay? Manifestation is not only for you, it's for the people around you, it's for the benefit of everyone that can come in touch with you. If you make manifestation selfish, then you will never manifest what you want. But if you involve in your manifestation the benefits of other people, like let's say I want to manifest a house because that will help me, my parents, my sisters, whatever it is. If I succeed in that business, that will help me retire my parents and also give to the people around me. If you make your manifestations way bigger than just making it about you, not only will your manifestation come to you much and much faster, but you will manifest a lot more abundance into your life. Because like I mentioned, manifestation is never about you. I've tried to make manifestation about me, and every time I made manifestation about me, I promise you I lived a miserable life. But the moment I've made my manifestation, whether that be manifesting a successful business or manifesting more money, about me just helping other people, I always succeeded in all that I did because it was no longer about me. I was not selfish with what I wanted to achieve. So in the back of your mind, every time you take action or every time you set a new goal, tell yourself, is it just for me? Like, do I want to show off? Do I want to be successful and be a cocky person? Or do I genuinely want to not just benefit me, but also everyone that I could come in touch with? If the manifestation is about everyone around you, including you, you are on the right path. But if you are just making it about you, then God will never give you what you're trying to manifest. Actually, I want to talk about a few more things. One of them including identity and self. I know I said like this was the last thing I was going to talk about, but I want to talk about just two more things, okay? So just bear with me. And it's about identity and self. And one of the questions that I just thought of is, I actually didn't finish the question, so let me finish it to kind of just get clear on it. Okay, do I manifest from thoughts or from identity? And the answer to that is both. Your thoughts, when charged with a specific emotion, become your belief, like become a part of your belief system. And as a result, it becomes a part of your identity. And your identity is then reflected in the outer world. So then you have to not just change your thoughts to change your identity, because you cannot just change your identity right away. But also you need to supercharge your thoughts and your affirmations with emotions to become a part of your identity, because you do not manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. So change who you are, change how you think, and change how you feel to become a different person. And as a result, you attract that into your life, the person that you're embodying, the person that you're trying to identify with into your life. Now, for two last questions that I have written down is, what actually changes first, the outer world or the inner one? And I think by now you should know that it all begins in the mind and the heart before you can change anything in the outer world. You can work hard all day long. Honestly, you can do whatever it takes to get what you want, but if you do not get this and this straight, you never get what you want. My hair is a mess, oh my God. Now, the last thing I want to talk about is, if there's one rule that I could give to manifestation, and one rule that I think everybody should live by and remind themselves of every single day, it's that reality changes as soon as your desired state becomes your normal state, okay? The moment you achieve that state of, I am already what I want to be, and you really persist in that long enough, reality will work in your favor. Reality will show up in your favor. Things will unfold your way. Your desired state has to be your normal state, and you can fake it for as long as you can, but the moment that state feels like normal and you don't really have to do any work to make it feel like true, then reality will bend to your favor. So do the work on your mind, on your heart, do the work in the physical world to make sure you get to a point where that state, the desired state that you're trying to manifest, becomes your normal state. So as a result, you finally get to manifest what you want. If you have any questions, please write them down below, and I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. I know I could have fluffed and mumbled throughout this video, but honestly, the only thing I care about is just giving you information. My mind perceives information faster than I speak, so I'm mumbling a lot in this video, and I could be jumping from one thing to another in this video. So please don't attack me for that. Just know that I'm here to help you. And if you have any questions, please write them down below, and I'm more than happy to answer all your questions. If you want me to make a video about a specific thing, let me know, and I'm more than happy to make a video about a certain thing. And please feel free to leave a like, subscribe, go watch all my past videos. I mainly talk about manifesting money because it's the main thing that I have success and experience with. So if you really want to learn more about manifesting money and how I do it, you can watch all my past videos, which I know will benefit you greatly. And again, stay tuned, because in the future, I'll be answering a lot of questions about manifestation, which I know you will love to hear.